In today's gaming news, new features are in the works for Far Cry 3, Aliens Colonial Marines tops the UK charts, a trailer is released for Soul Sacrifice, and Bungie reveals some high-concept details for Destiny. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is Monday, February the 18th, and my name is Force, here with today's gaming news. First up today, some new additions and features will be coming to Far Cry 3. In response to player feedback in the months after release, Far Cry 3 will be getting some new features and changes in an upcoming patch. One of the major changes coming to the game's single player will be the ability to reset outposts, adding an additional challenge after you've completed the main campaign. A new master difficulty is also being added, along with some multiplayer map and voting adjustments. You know, Far Cry 3 was one of my favorite games of 2012, but the biggest problem I had with it was that I didn't feel like there was too much to do after the main campaign. Yeah, there was multiplayer and you could still go through the wilderness and hunt wild, but capturing the outpost from the pirates was one of the more enjoyable aspects of that game. So while this may not be enough to bring me back to Far Cry 3, I think it's a great addition for anyone still playing it. Next up, I'm deeply saddened to inform you that last week Aliens Colonial Marines topped the UK sale charts, which is bad news because it was a terrible game. The poorly received Aliens Colonial Marines topped UK software sale charts for the week ending February 16th, coming in above Dead Space 3 and FIFA 13, proving that with enough advertising you can still sell copies, even if you release a buggy, uninspired, poor excuse for a game. Now, Aliens Colonial Marines did have its moments. There were fleeting parts of that game that I actually enjoyed, but the overall experience wasn't fun, and I just frankly didn't think it was worth the money. So the fact that this topped the UK sale charts is a cause for concern, and hopefully it's things like this that get consumers to think about their purchases and stop pre-ordering games, but also look for reviews from gaming sources you trust before you actually make a decision to purchase a game, because really, it's not worth wasting your money on a grubby title like Aliens was. Next up in news, we've got a new trailer for Soul Sacrifice. Soul Sacrifice is an action RPG with a multiplayer focus being developed by Marvelous Entertainment and Keiji Inafune. The 1-minute gameplay trailer released today shows a combat system similar to that of Monster Hunter, with larger-than-life bosses and a rich landscape. Soul Sacrifice arrives on the PlayStation Vita in Japan in a few weeks and America on April 30th. And lastly today, Bungie has revealed some high-concept details when it comes to their next title, Destiny. Destiny is an online-only, persistent world first-person shooter set in a futuristic version of our solar system. Players will be able to group up or go it alone as they travel the galaxy to complete missions on planets like Mars and Venus. The game has been confirmed for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, although it isn't expected to release in 2013. It's also worth noting that Bungie is committed to a 10-year publishing deal with Activision, meaning that they're in it for the long haul with this franchise. You know, Destiny's been all over gaming news for the past couple of days, and although Bungie has released some information about the game, they actually haven't told us too much about the actual game itself. We've got some general concepts and premises, but we have very little gameplay footage and not the clearest idea of exactly what it will be like to play this game. Although in concept, to be fair, I'm actually really excited for what Destiny could potentially be. So it's sort of Halo-ish, but it is set in our universe, and it's a first-person shooter. There are also going to be character classes, so besides firing guns, you'll have spell-like abilities. It's also got this drop-in, drop-out system where when you're going through missions and story campaigns, people will seamlessly join and leave, and you won't have to deal with matchmaking or lobbies. So this all together sounds like a good concept, but I need to see more gameplay footage before I can pass judgment on the game. Also, it's not supposed to be an MMO, says Bungie. Although it's massive and it's online, there won't be any subscription fee, although I'll probably still expect there to be microtransactions in the game, because after all, it is an Activision joint. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Destiny, if you're excited or if you're going to wait to see more details. I'm one of those people who gets too excited for games too early, and as such, I'm probably too excited for Destiny. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of the show. As always, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. So just to be clear here, it is not an MMO. I mean, sure, it's massive and it's online and it's multiplayer only, but for one, we're not charging you a subscription fee, so it's not an MMO, although we're still taking your money because there'll be microtransactions for every bullet.